All right, good morning, Mishpaha. So, in case you're wondering, like, where in the world is he? We came to my folks last night, so we stayed the night to spend the day with my folks today. So we're at my folks' house. That's why I don't have my normal background. Good morning, Treasure, Kelly Ray, David and Michelle. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Boker Tov. All right. Buenos dias, señorita. Or senora. Sorry. Coffee's hot this morning. Love it. You know what it is about having that cup of coffee in the morning in the wintertime. Jalen, good morning. Good morning. All right. So we are on day 5, Isaiah 5. And thank goodness it's not 6 short verses. I don't like short chapters. I like having some good read. All right, here we go. Now let me sing to my well-beloved a song of my beloved regarding his vineyard. My well-beloved has a vineyard on a very fruitful hill. He dug it up and cleared out its stones and planted it with the choicest vine. He built a tower in its midst and also made a winepress in it. So he expected it to bring forth good grapes. But it brought forth wild grapes. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem and men of Yehuda, judge, please, between me and my vineyard. What more could have been done to my vineyard that I have not done in it? Why then, when I expected it to bring forth good grapes, did it bring forth wild grapes? And now please let me tell you what I will do to my vineyard. I will take away its hedge, and it shall be burned. I break down its walls, and it shall be trampled down. I will lay it waste. It shall not be pruned or dug, but there shall come up briars and thorns. I will also command the clouds that they rain no rain on it. For the vineyard of Yehovah Tzvaot is the house of Israel, and the men of Yehuda are his pleasant plant. He looked for justice, but behold, oppression, for righteousness, but behold, a cry for help. Woe to those who join house to house. They add field to field till there is no place. And just constant building. Where they may dwell alone in the midst of the land. In my hearing, Yehovah Tzvaot said, truly, many houses shall be desolate, great and beautiful ones without inhabitant. For 10 acres of vineyard shall yield 1 bet, and a homer of seed shall yield 1 ephah. Woe to those who rise early in the morning, that they may follow intoxicating drink, who continue until night, till wine inflames them, the harp and the strings, the tambourine and flute. Wine are in their feast, but they do not regard the work of Yehovah, nor consider the operation of his hands. Therefore my people have gone into captivity, because they have no knowledge. Their honorable men are famished, their multitude dried up with thirst. Therefore Sheol has enlarged itself, opened its mouth beyond measure. Their glory and their multitude and their pomp. He who is jubilant shall descend into it. People shall be brought down. Each man shall be humbled. Now, all of this of what it's talking about here is the attitude, even in Jeremiah, and we'll recap it when we get there, but even in Jeremiah, they told Jeremiah, don't tell us the judgment of Yah. Don't tell us that things are going to be bad. Lie to us and give us good good news and tell us that everything will be grand and great and we will be prosperous. And a lot of this is very much the mentality of today. It's talking about building all these houses and building all this stuff side by side. And we see that, here in Colorado, man, it's booming like crazy. The economy here, according to man, is Colorado's ranked number one in the country for economy, jobs, career, all of that stuff. But yet what they don't realize is in a split second, Yah can end it. He can crash it all down. He can bring it to an end. Man is so focused on that personal gain and all the stuff and all these things that they don't pay attention to what truly matters, and that is being the good grapes instead of the wild grapes that are unruly, uncontrolled, and just kind of doing their own direction and their own thing instead of being those grapes that line up on the vine, that line up in order with the ways of Yehovah, man. This is what all this is talking about. Let's see. Verse 15. People shall be brought down, each man shall be humbled. The eyes of the lofty shall be humbled, but Yehovah Svaot shall be exalted in judgment. Elohim, who is holy, shall be hallowed in righteousness. Then the lambs shall feed in their pasture. In the waste places of the fat ones, strangers shall eat. Woe to those who draw iniquity with cords of vanity, and sin as if with a cart rope, that say, let him make speed and hasten his work, that we may see it. Let the counsel of the Holy One of Israel draw near and come, that we may know it. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitterness for sweet and sweet for bitter. Who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe to those who are wise in their own eyes, prudent in their own sight. Woe to men mighty at drinking wine. Woe to men valiant for mixing intoxicating drink. I think that's interesting that it uses that word there. Woe to men valiant. Valiant, of all words, why valiant? Why that definition of that word, or that use of that word? Someone who's valiant for mixing intoxicating drink. Something to be interesting to take back to the Hebrew and get a little deeper understanding on what Yah is saying there. Who justify the wicked for a bribe and take away justice from the righteous man. Therefore, as the fire devours the stubble, the flame consumes the chaff, so their root will be as rottenness, their blossom will ascend like dust. But they have rejected the Torah of Yehovah Tzvaot and despised the word of the Holy One of Israel. Therefore, the anger of Yehovah is aroused against his people. He has stretched out his hand against them, stricken them. The hills trembled. Their carcasses were as refuse in the midst of the streets. For all this, his anger is not turned away, but his hand is stretched out still. He will lift up a banner to the nations from afar, will whistle to them from the end of the earth. Surely they shall come with speed swiftly. No one will weary or stumble among them. No one will slumber or sleep, nor will the belt on their loins be loosed, nor the strap of their sandals be broken, whose arrows are sharp, all their bows bent. Their horses' hooves will seem like flint, their wheels like a whirlwind. Their roaring will be like a lion. They will roar like young lions. Yes, they will roar, lay hold of the prey. They will carry it away safely. No one will deliver. In that day they will roar against them like the roaring of the sea. If one looks to the land, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened by the clouds. Sorry, I'm congested this morning. Man, really excited about doing all the Isaiah. And tomorrow, do chapter 6. I'm looking forward to that. So Mishpahaz, that chapter shows us that judgment on Israel for not paying attention and not staying in the place of Yehovah's. Kelly Ray, which scriptures are you reading from, brother? I'm guessing you're the book of Isaiah, if you didn't see the top there, but if you're wondering what translation, I'm using the New King James Version. Let's see. Yeah, okay, I figured that's what you meant. Which translation? Yeah, it's the New King James. Yeah, Femi, I would definitely take it back to the Hebrew and study it out a little different. Now, I know some people like the King James. I personally do not. I think there's a lot of issues with the King James, but there's issues with all the English translations. That's why it's always good to go back, take it back to the Hebrew. And, in my own personal research and studies, I have found that the New King James seems to be more accurate translation than any of the other English translated ones. That's what I have found in my research, comparing them with others, because I've, like the TS 2009, I've done comparisons with that, and it's got a lot of whoever did it, they translated a lot of Hebrew words into what they wanted it to mean that it doesn't actually mean. NIV is a complete disaster. Message Bible might as well be a recipe for brownies. It's so watered down and sugar coated, it's not even funny. The NRSV is pretty decent. It's got a couple things that and again, it's just my personal preference. And even the New King James has got a couple places I've found where the word wasn't translated quite right. And there are some Hebrew words that just don't quite translate right to the English. So if you read a verse that's kind of like, scratch your head kind of thing, take it back to the Hebrew. Or if it's in the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, take it back to the Greek and you'll get it. It's not bad. It's pretty easy with the sources that we have today, like the Blue Letter Bible and stuff. It's pretty easy to find a more accurate translation on a verse or a sentence, or a word, I mean. So I would encourage you to do that. But, some of these newer Bibles that have come out, like the scriptures, where they say they've taken and put all the Hebrew back in, I'm sorry, but a lot of that stuff has been changed bad. And, James Trim, it's a big black Bible. He did that. He put his own agenda into that one. I think his name's James, something Trim, Trimm. He did that Bible like 20 years ago or something. And so there's just, the more recent Bibles I'm more leery about because people have gotten too much of a different mindset. And that's why I'd like the New King James. I can read the Hebrew and I can take it back to the Hebrew. And man, probably 98% of everything I've taken back to the Hebrew lines up in the New King James so far. Everything that I've taken back to the Hebrew or the Greek with it. So that's why I like the New King James. That's why I read the New King James, because it's been the most accurate that I've been able to find in the English. So, but if you can get it down to where you can read and understand the Hebrew really good, then you won't need the English. So, all right, Mishpahav, well, I better get rolling. And as we made the awesome announcement to everybody at Torah Talk Time Friday night, we got our home in Israel. We got our house. I've got to go print out the lease right now and go sign it and scan it and email it back to the realtor in Israel. And we got our house. So hallelujah, praise Yah. And what an amazing testimony, because we never lifted a finger. Put it on somebody's heart who just went and did all the footwork because they knew people there, and they knew who to contact and everything else. We were gonna go in blind faith, as far as just trusting that when we got there, Yah would lead us to the right people to get a home. You know, He did that when my wife and I lived in Israel in 2009. We didn't have a house. We waited till we got there, and Yah gave us a house within 10 days. And so we were ready to do the same thing, but we have another family going with us. And I think Yah just, He decided, instead of wasting money at a hotel or something like that, when you get there, I'm going to give you a home first. So He brought this wonderful lady into our life over a year ago. And when she knew that we were moving, she loves our ministry and supports our ministry perfectly and everything, and totally, is a part of it with us. And she went after it and blessed us. And now we have a house, and we leave in 5 weeks. So getting exciting, Mishpaha. Can't wait. And we've just taken all of you with us on this journey, and everything. You guys, you have no idea how much you guys are going to be a part of this with us, even if it's, this way. As you guys have been a part of this with us through our ministry here, and none of that's going to change. I'll reiterate what I said Friday night. I'll be, the readings will still be at the same time here in America. Like during the week, it'll be, around 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm going to do it because right now Israel is 9 hours ahead of America, ahead of Colorado. So it's 10 hours ahead of West Coast, 9 hours ahead of Mountain Standard Time, 8 hours ahead of Central Time, and 7 hours ahead of East Coast Time. So I'll do it the same time of what it would be here. That would be 3 p.m. in the afternoon there. So 3 p.m. in the afternoon there during the week. I plan on doing the reading, and that way the morning live readings will still be on for everybody that has been watching them every morning. So that doesn't change. Torah Talk Time live from the land we'll be doing in Israel. We're going to do that Shabbat afternoons, so that way you guys can catch it live Shabbat mornings here. And I don't know yet if Robert and James are going to keep the Friday night one going or not. It all depends on if they're able to. But there will be Torah Talk Time live from the land. And it's not going to be early in the morning, Shabbat mornings. I know everybody loves to sleep in on Shabbat. So it'll probably be sometime between 4 and 6 p.m. in the afternoon in Israel, which would make it, in the hours between 8 a.m. and 11 a.m. over here in America. So, and Canada and all that. So yeah, it'll be good. We can still keep going. And then, so the only thing that you guys will really miss live, per se, would be Anthony and I's 2 Men in the Torah. We're still going to do that Tuesday evenings, but Tuesday evenings there means, Tuesday mornings here or midday here. So some of you may be able to catch it, and those of you who are working, obviously, won't be able to catch it when you get home. So, but we are trying to make least amount of changes when it comes to the live stuff. So, but we're excited. And then of course we're going to, oh, Mishpah, we're going to be posting so many videos because we're going to be going all over the land. And, when we go into Jerusalem to get ready for Pesach and Shavuot and Sukkot, we're going to do some videos like that. We're going to be going to Masada, and we'll do a video from there. Now, when we do places like that, I don't know if we're going to be able to go live because I don't know if we'll have internet even with our phones. So, but at worst case scenario, we will record it with our camera and then post it to our YouTube page, and also post it, once we upload it to the YouTube, we'll upload it to Facebook. And what I'm thinking about doing is doing creating a new YouTube page. We have our YouTube page, Shema Yisrael 2009. That's for all of our Shabbat sermons. We have our GOTC YouTube page, which is Guardians of the Covenant. That's where Anthony and I have our 2 Men in the Torah show, and my wife has her Hebrew lessons. Plus, Michelle and Angela may do a show once they get out to the land. So that'll be a part of that. Our other YouTube page is Story Time with Yah, which is every morning doing the reading of a chapter of a book every morning. Of course, I'll be doing that for the next about 3 years, because it'll take about that long to go through the entire Bible chapter a day. And then so probably start another YouTube page specifically for the land. As far as like when we go to different places, Masada, Eilat down by the Red Sea, Jericho, and all the places that we're going to go around in the land, and even outside the land, if we go to other places and stuff like that. One of the things that we would like to do, if it's possible, is go into Egypt and to be able to do a live video somehow, if it's even possible. Where it all started when Yah brought Israel out of the land and made them a people, made them Israel. They hadn't become Israel yet, the 12 tribes, but they were the Hebrews. So, it'd be cool. And so these are things that we've really been praying for and seeking after, and because Mark 16:15, Yeshua said, "Go out to the world and preach the gospel into all creation." That's exactly what we're going to do, literally. So we're excited, we're stoked, and can't wait. So, but I will quit rambling. I hope you all have an awesome and blessed day, Mishpah. May you be blessed. May you have a blessed week. And short of the world ending or something, I should see y'all tomorrow morning for the next reading. I love you all, but most of all, Yah loves you. Shalom, shalom.